cover one more reason here before we jump into it. I'm going to date myself a little bit. How many of you are old enough or have stayed up late enough on TV watching TV Land to recognize this graphic? What TV show is this from? Lost in Space. And when this was on TV back in the early 70s, late 60s, I was about the age of this young character that you can see to the far right, young Will Robinson. And you're thinking, what does this have to do with respect? Well, I'll tell you. So the character on the far left is iconic, right? He went by the humble name of Robot. Now, those of you who actually are a little bit familiar with the series, what was the primary job of Robot in Lost in Space? Anybody? His primary job was to protect the whole family, especially young Will Robinson. And whenever there was danger afoot, what would Robot do? Anybody? Now you two ladies in the fourth row, I'd like you to stand up, please, both of you. Please, come on, stand up. Come on. And I would like you to show everybody. He wouldn't just say danger. What did he do? He would... Warning, danger, Will Robinson. Thank you. Give them a hand, please. And that's so important because that is a metaphor. That is a metaphor for what our brains do in the presence of anything dangerous. Each of us has a kind of a little mini biological version of Robot nestled deep in the middle of our brain. It's called, you've heard it referred to as the fight or flight circuit, right? Well, today, we don't have to worry about marauding aliens. We don't have to worry, like our prehistoric ancestors, about saber-toothed tigers or woolly mammoths. Where does danger typically come from in the workplace? Other people, right? Other people. Kind of maybe people who are making snarky comments, bullying, gossiping. It could be from rowdy, intoxicated customers. Who knows, right? But it typically comes from other people. And so what happens is this. Whenever my fight or flight circuit, my little robot has been activated, what it actually does is something pretty significant to the human brain. It immobilizes a part that sits right behind our foreheads called the prefrontal cortex. And the prefrontal cortex is responsible for all of the things that make us so uniquely capable as human beings. Scheduling and figuring out between 20 things today, what is the priority that I need to attack those things? If I'm collaborating on a project with another person and that project isn't working well, what do we need to do working together to get that project back on the rails? All those complex things that only humans can do in the presence of danger, which could oftentimes come in the form of disrespect, those capabilities go completely offline. And so what happens is this: when we can proactively focus on creating an environment where we feel safe around one another, we're creating an environment that allows our brains to continue to do their very best work. But I'm going to suggest to you that there might even be something better than this. What if we didn't just feel, quote, safe around one another? What if we also felt exquisitely valuable, important, intelligent? How many of you today are blessed enough to work with people who make you feel smart, who make you feel capable and talented when you come to work? Cherish those people. Give each other a round of applause for that, because that, my friends, is what we're really after. That is really what we're going to be referring to as the respect effect. And we're going to talk a little bit about how to get there, okay?